The proverb, "put on your thinking cap," was originally known as a considering cap, a phrase which is no longer in use but was being used in the early 17th century, as this example from Robert Armin in Fool Upon Fool, written in 1605, which read, quote, "The cobbler puts off his considering cap. Why, sir, says he, I sent them home but now." End quote. The earliest record for the term thinking cap is from the USA in the Wisconsin newspaper the Kenosha Times, July 1857. Quote, "This tendency is a very good thing as the safeguard of our independence from the control of foreign power, and it obliges every man to keep his thinking cap on." End quote. Evidence that actual considering caps might have existed is the detailed description of a considering cap in the History of Little Goody Two Shoes, 1765, which includes an etching of a considering cap of 3 equal sides, on the first of which was written, quote, "I may be wrong, on the second it is 50-1, and on the third I'll consider it." End quote. The text went on to explain that it, quote, "strictly enjoined the possessor to put on the cap, whenever he found his passions begin to grow turbulent, and not to deliver a word whilst it was on." End quote. Hats with abilities beyond headwear are nothing new in literature. In the series of Harry Potter novels, the sorting hat is an artifact used to decide which Hogwarts students belong to which house. At the beginning of each school year, the hat is placed on each first-year student's head. The hat announces whether the student will be assigned to Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, or Slytherin. The Catcher in the Rye, 1951, by J.D. Salinger, uses a red hunting hat on the main character Holden Caulfield. The hat symbolizes Holden's alienation from society and his intentional isolation from people. Holden describes that he wore the peak of the hat around the back and liked it that way, seeming to get comfort from the sense of individuality the hat brought him. There is no physical evidence of considering caps. However, while the actual physical considering cap is lost to the mists of time, the idiom must have emerged from somewhere, and the use of physical considering caps might be the origins of the phrase. Sentences like, "I must put on my thinking cap," are ambiguous, as it is difficult to determine whether they refer to an actual piece of clothing or just a figure of speech.